Hello and welcome to another episode of World Traveler Cooking. Today we're going to make Norwegian eggnog, or as it's called, Eggedosis. Now, Norwegian eggnog is a little different from American or British eggnog in that it doesn't have any dairy in it. So it's just eggs and sugar. It's kind of similar to mogul cocoa from Poland, but that's also a little different. I'll make that differently, separate time. This time we will make two variations of it. Sometimes I've heard of people adding a little bit of alcohol to it, so I'm going to try it with a little bit of arak. And sometimes people pour it over fruit, so I'm going to try it with a little bit of blueberries. So this is very simple. Eggs, sugar, and we whisk it all together. So let's go ahead and get started. So into our bowl goes 2 eggs. And of course, these eggs will be consumed raw, so make sure you get eggs from a trusted source. Into the eggs go 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now, you can hand whisk this, but I'm actually going to use a hand whisk. I'm going to use a whisk attached to a blender, hand blender. So I'm going to come back when I have that set up. So I'm just going to whisk this, but I'm going to beat it until it's stiff. So all the sugar has to dissolve, and we have to get something that's quite thick. So I will be back when that's done. I don't think you want to just watch me whisk this the whole time. So I'll be back in a bit. So after a few minutes of whisking, this is actually really thick. I didn't expect it to get thick like this, just given the whole egg. But I guess that's what happens when you add sugar. We're never going to get like this thick peak. So I think this is good enough. So, on to the next step, which is, in some cases, presentation, mixing it with whatever else we're going to use. So for our first variant, put some blueberries in the bottom. I'm going to cover them with this Eggedosis, and should make a nice dessert. I'm not going to fill it too far up because I want to have some of it after dinner as a dessert. And then I'm just going to put a couple of these on top. Oh, that didn't work so well. I guess I'm just going to leave it as it is. And we will see this as variation number 1. For variation number 2, I'm just going to put a little bit in here. And I'm going to stir it with a bit of arak. Now, one downside of this is that it's very hard to keep your dish clean. So, I'll take this here. Pour in, I don't know, like a teaspoon or 2 of arak. We'll stir it around. So, stirring it around now. And of course, if I was making it with arak for everybody, I would add the arak into the main dish. But you can see how really thick this is. So, I'm going to do a little bit of photography, then I'll come back for the taste test. And now for the taste test. I think I'm going to start with the one with the arak. It's actually really delightful. The egg mixture is really light and airy, and the arak just kind of adds a fragrant flavor to it. It's really delicious. Arak's one of those drinks you never would drink straight because it would taste terrible, but if you mix it with things, it's really, really delicious. So, there's that one. Now I'm going to try just straight Eggedosis with blueberries. Wow. That's also incredible. Very, very different, but incredible. The blueberries adopt just quite a flavor on this. The flavors of blueberries are just sort of highlighted by the airiness of the general dessert and the sort of richness from the eggs. This is really, really delicious. People like cream on blueberries, but this is frankly even better. Now, if you like this content, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have something to say about this dish, please comment. If you have, that includes anything you would do differently. At any rate, recipes in the description. Bon appetit, and see you next week.